Straight ahead on 12 News, from healthcare dollars to taxes, what you should do before the year ends. Then, as we look back at 2015,
we train for active shooter training. You just don't expect it's going to come to your own house.
The New Hope police chief reflects on the night gunfire broke out at City Hall. But first, Brooklyn Park's mayor makes a call for tolerance and unity.
I mean, we're the most diverse large city in the state, and this is how we do things.
The plan to bring faith leaders and residents together. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. In a call for unity, Brooklyn Park religious leaders are being asked to participate in two separate meetings in January.
Mayor Jeff Lunde wants to bring Christian, Muslim, and Hindu leaders together to address anti-Islamic rhetoric. We get more from Eric Nelson.
In a nation torn apart by division, Jeff Lunde sees a chance to unify on a local level.
We're just asking people to take a step back. And, if there's a young child who's wearing a hijab, that they don't deserve to be picked on because of their faith.
Lunde knows that Brooklyn Park is a mixed suburb and wants to stamp out hatred.
And we're the most diverse large city in the state. And this is how we do things.
With a multicultural population, Lunde believes it is paramount to combat any anti-Muslim sentiment that might be percolating.
We made sure, first and foremost, that our police department was plugged in with the mosque so that if they feel threatened immediately, they're calling 911. If they feel, that there are people that they're worried about. But we do that with everybody. It could be any church.
Lunde says the responses have been positive about the meeting and faith forum.
All the faith leaders have stepped up.
Lunde thinks this is another example of Brooklyn Park being ahead of the curve on polarizing issues.
A couple years ago, we had the Ebola crisis. We were on the front of that. We were talking about this when people were telling us, don't talk about it. And we were like, no, this is important in our community.
Now, Lunde does not want to see Brooklyn Park become a city with borders like other diverse suburbs across the country. That is another reason why he is promoting the upcoming meeting on January 12th and the Faith Forum, which will include the public, on January 28th. So Mike and Alex, he's being proactive on this situation.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. Federal judge today sentenced a former Boston Scientific engineer to 1 year and 1 day in federal prison for stealing secrets. 44-year-old Aaron Q worked at Boston Scientific's Maple Grove facility since 2002 as an engineer working on vascular devices, including a product called the Mustang Plus. In 2014, prosecutors charged him with 14 counts of wire theft and fraud for what they said was a theft of trade secrets. The 13-page indictment accuses him of trying to set up a factory in Vietnam to manufacture copied catheters. Prosecutors maintain Boston Scientific lost more than $4 million in development costs. And Q pleaded guilty to one count, but his lawyers said there was no actual loss to Boston Scientific. The judge today sentenced Q to 1 year in prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release and a $10,000 fine.
There is a critical need for blood donors during this holiday season. Because of recent snowy weather and holiday vacations, blood donations are down at Twin Cities Memorial Blood Centers. Officials say supplies are running low. Except for New Year's Day, blood centers are open through Sunday, including the one in Plymouth. Donors need to be at least 17 years old and in good health to give blood.
Right now there are 4 blood types that we really need. O positive, which is the most common type. A positive, which is the next most common type. O negative, which is the universal blood donor. Anybody can receive O negative blood. And then B negative, which is a very small percentage of the population.
All blood donors are volunteers, but they will get a special long sleeve t-shirt for giving.
As we continue our look back at the biggest stories of 2015, the year began in New Hope with a shooting at City Hall that injured 2 police officers.
The gunman was killed in a matter of seconds, but the memories of the ordeal have left deep scars.
You move on, but you never forget.
For New Hope Police Chief Tim Fournier, his workplace is also the site of his most traumatic crime scene.
We train for active shooter training. You just don't expect it's going to come to your own house.
Each day, entering New Hope City Hall, each step up and down the stairs serves as a reminder of what happened January 26, 2015, outside the City Council chambers.
The bulk of the crowd was right in this area here.
Moments earlier,
The City Council meeting of January 26th.
at a City Council meeting, 2 new officers had just been sworn in.
I will support the Constitution of the United States.
As the police department and proud family members left the council chambers to take pictures and celebrate in the lobby, 68-year-old Raymond Kometz, with a history of mental illness and run-ins with the law, entered City Hall and walked up the stairs with a 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun and right into the crowd, firing 1 round as council video rolled.
Get down, get down. Everybody get down.
We have shots fired in our City Hall.
He was spotted pretty quickly by 3 officers. All 3 of them acted as decisively and as fast as they knew they could.
2 officers fatally shot Kometz. A 3rd officer, Bo Schoenhard, lunged for Kometz's shotgun and was injured in friendly fire. A 4th officer, Josh Ernessy, was injured by the gunman's shot.
Yet the shot was able to not only strike Officer Ernessy in the shoulder, but also continue on through the door and into the council chambers.
1 year later, the police chief knows it could have been so much worse. Other weapons, cuffs, and ammunition were found in the gunman's car.
This is an individual who we've known a long time about and who's been mentally unstable for a long time.
My name is Ray Kometz.
New Hope Police and city staff had 39 contacts with Kometz since 2008.
I'm going to address you with an issue that I think is your issue.
The city of Crystal had obtained a restraining order against him for threats made. It was later revealed Kometz obtained his shotgun from a straw purchase by an acquaintance.
The what-ifs will eat you up, and you can't dwell on the what-ifs. All you can dwell on is how it happened, how you responded, can we learn anything from it? Or did we do just about the best job we could have done in that situation? And I do believe that. We did the best job that we could have done for the time and for the circumstance.
Recently, Chief Fournier recognized his staff, including Officers Ernessy and Schoenhard, now back on the job after multiple surgeries. The annual Police Awards ceremony was moved to Cooper High School, where a packed auditorium recognized the whole department, including the 3 officers who took down the gunman. It was a final acknowledgement of a trauma New Hope won't forget. The 2 officers who shot and killed the gunman were cleared of any wrongdoing in October by a Hennepin County grand jury. Coming up, what financial experts say we should be thinking about as the old year comes to a close.
And later in sports, it's down to the wire as top 10 teams Park Center and Elk River meet in girls basketball.
But first, it's a look at your AccuWeather forecast.
It took a while for winter to get going, but with kids out of school, the snow picked a good week to arrive. This week's snowfall has made parks with sledding hills the most popular places in town. We found this active group of kids embracing winter at Central Park in Brooklyn Park.
Pretty good. It's fun because it gets packed down perfectly and it makes it fast. It's very fun and you can enjoy it quite a bit. I'm seeing a lot of people having fun with their families.
Well, the official snowfall amount was 5.5 inches at the airport. The North Metro numbers were a bit lower, and it looks like it'll be after the first of the year before we see any more. Oh, one of the most popular New Year's resolutions revolves around money.
Whether it's spending or saving money, there is still time to make the most of your finances in 2015. Reporter Shannon Slatton explains what you should do before 2016 rings in.
It's important to look at some different pieces.
Financial advisor Joshua Legban from Great Waters Financial in Plymouth says there's an end-of-the-year to-do list when it comes to your finances.
So many people have those dollars coming in, and it's a matter of how those dollars are going out, whether it's the flexible spending account or health savings account.
Starting with your healthcare dollars. Use up money from your flexible spending account if it will expire at the end of the year.
Maybe get a new pair of glasses, and just spend some of those dollars so you don't lose them. Then also maybe reevaluate in 2016 and really the dollars that you're putting in there, if you're going to spend them, maybe adjusting the amount that you're putting in.
Then what are you passionate about? Use these last days of the year to make tax-deductible donations to charity.
Year end, it's a giving time of year. There's charitable contributions that can really happen.
That's number 2 on the list. Number 3 is maximize your wealth. Max out any retirement funds and then examine the best way to contribute moving forward.
Identifying what that specific dream is, maybe putting it even on the fridge, a picture of it, and then be able to plan for it.
As you plan, consider setting up automatic withdrawals to help meet your goals.
And to have an automatic payment coming out and going into that fund so you can have those dollars set aside to be able to realize those dreams in the next year.
Up high on the list should be getting out of debt and then setting aside money to accomplish a dream.
Start with a clean slate, January 1st. It's about habits.
For Money Savers, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
And here is a bit of encouragement. A new study found making a financial resolution in January made people more financially optimistic and secure by the end of the year. Coming up, why one Brooklyn Park man is taking his message up to the roof.
And up next in sports, Maple Grove meets defending state champ Apple Valley in a boys basketball thriller. John Jacobson will be coming up in a moment.
The Granite City Holiday Classic features some great boys basketball teams playing in a 2-day event. The final game Tuesday matched up defending state champion Apple Valley against third-ranked and unbeaten Maple Grove. Highlights from this one, Brad Davison keeps the ball in play here, goes for the layup, he'll miss, but Tawan Pickford is there for the putback. Crimson lead 22-20. Then Davison with a perfect lob pass ahead to Jack Hutchison for the layup. Crimson take a 36-35 lead into halftime before an enthusiastic crowd in St. Cloud. Second half, Davison alley-oop to Tawan Pickford for 2 more of his game-high 31 points. Crimson up 3. Davison takes it himself here, driving to the basket for the hoop and foul. He made his free throw, helping send the game to overtime. He finished with 28 points. In OT, Davison skipped pass to Hutchison for an open 3. Maple Grove leads 78-77 after this three-pointer here. Apple Valley, though, just a little bit better in the end. A lob pass in to big Brock Bertram for 2 points. And Apple Valley wins it over Maple Grove. 86-81 Eagles is the final. Also at the Granite City Classic, Champlin Park and Wayzata meet in a rematch of last year's Section 5 4A final. Wayzata in white, they work the ball around. Ryan Lindbergh left open at the top of the key for a three-pointer for the Trojans. McKinley Wright, a great player for Champlin Park. He'll hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first half, giving the Rebels a 30-26 lead at halftime. Second half, Wayzata rallies. Jack Sawada to Gavin Baumgartner, who gives the ball up to Austin Slater for a 3. The Trojans tie the game up at 45. Wright breaks the tie, hitting a 12-footer in the lane to put Champlin Park up for good. They win it over Wayzata 56-49. Granite City Classic wraps up tonight in St. Cloud. Park Center is coming on strong. The Pirates boys played for a holiday tournament title. They were taking on Hill Murray in the final of the St. Thomas tournament. Park Center's Osiris Washington gets the pass to Xavier Bonner. He'll knock down a 3. Pirates grab an early lead. Hill Murray counters. Chris Moore sends it to Simeon Davis, who finds just enough room down the baseline to get to the hoop and score. Park Center on the run. Lucini Kamara to Washington. His twisting layup misses, but Kamara gets the putback. He'll score 27 points in all. Pirates lead 26-21 at halftime. Hill Murray comes out strong in the second half. Davis crossover and scores 2 of his 14 points. Pioneers go up 28-26. But Park Center catches fire. Kamara is open at the top of the key. He nails a 3. Pirates go on a big run and lead by 8. That lead keeps growing. Derek Ogechi taking his turn to hit a 3-ball. Park Center in command 49-32. They roll to the championship with a 73-47 victory. The Park Center girls are hosting a tournament, though it's not really a tournament. It's 6 teams playing over 2 days, 3 games on each day. Pirates meeting Elk River in a matchup of the 2 division winners last season in the Northwest Suburban Conference. And Simonette inside Michaela Hayes for 2 of her 11 points. It's 4-0 Park Center. Elk River has a Division I post as well. Abby Scheid steps out to nail a 3. Elks get their first field goal 5 minutes into the game. Danielle Shaw with a tough shot. Draws a foul, too. Her free throw makes it 15-all. Gabby Hawk drives baseline and scores late in the first half. The Elks take a 22-21 lead into halftime. Park Center surges ahead. Osseo Bombadilli tips the Elks pass and receives the pass. Sets up Summer Blakemore for the layup. 43-35 Pirates. Elk River then goes on a run. Scheid is blocked by Hayes, but Kelsey Cox scrambles for the loose ball. Sets up Scheid for the go-ahead hoop. Elks lead 48-47. Down to the final seconds of the game. Hayes passes to Blakemore, and the sophomore comes through with a game-winning three-pointer, and the Pirates pull out a thriller 50-48. Also on Tuesday at the Park Center Invitational, Champlin Park pulled away in the second half to beat Eden Prairie 79-53. Erica Hicks was one of 3 Rebels players to score at least 15 points. She had 21. Rebels beat Rogers earlier today, 63-57. Busy week of holiday sports going on.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Coming up, it is not too late to make plans for a family-friendly New Year. We will check on some of the events going on.
Plus, one man is going to new heights to get a message out. We'll be right back. Well, if you're looking for a way to celebrate New Year's Eve with your family, here's a few ideas. Plymouth is planning a family event at the Plymouth Ice Center and Lifetime Fitness on New Year's Eve. Maple Grove invites you to dance the year away at the Maple Grove Community Center with a balloon drop at 9:45. And in Robbinsdale, Three Rivers Parks is hosting a guided tour through Sahaki Park on snowshoes. And then on New Year's Day, a candlelight walk is planned on the Loose Line Trail. That starts at 6 p.m. at the Vicksburg Lane Trailhead in Plymouth. A Brooklyn Park man is ending the old year up on the roof of a local gas station.
Donald Jackson took to the roof to make a point about the need for after-school activities for special needs children.
Hey, how y'all doing? Yes, thanks. We're raising monies and we're raising some awareness about the need.
Jackson created Quincy's Fresh Beat Clubhouse several years ago for his son who has Down syndrome. Jackson says there's a need for more after-school activities for kids with special needs, and that's why he's up on the roof of the Go For It gas station in Brooklyn Park trying to raise awareness and money.
You got rent, you got utilities, you got staff, you're talking to music equipment and all these things, and we just don't have the whereabouts right now.
Jackson says he has warm clothing and he plans to stay up there until 9:30 tonight. That's Wednesday evening when the gas station closes. It always could be colder. It's a chilly night, but it always could be colder,
Could be
right?
a lot colder.
Yes.
Could be snowing like it was earlier.
That's true.
He lucked out.
That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
And we'll see you back here again tomorrow.